Hey, how are you? I'm Chris Robin, aka at Detroit Beastie, here with Team Riser Fall to talk about Monday Night Football. Can you believe it? The end of Week 8 is tonight. It's also November 1st. The New York Football Giants head to Arrowhead to take on the Kansas City Chiefs. Look, no time to get cute now. Hang here. I'll be right back. Hey, there you are. Thanks for coming back. Once again, I'm Chris Robin, aka at Detroit Beastie, here with Team Riser Fall to talk about Monday Night Football from a DFS perspective. The New York Football Giants head to Arrowhead to take on the Kansas City Chiefs. Now, look, Week 8, the meat of it on Sunday was unbelievably wild. I mean, anything is possible, right? The New York Jets, they beat Cincinnati. Mike White looked fantastic. So, again, anything is possible. But I'm just here to tell you today, Monday night, this game is going to go hopefully exactly how we think it's going to go. Kansas City is looking for a massive bounce back spot. I mean, are they losing ground in their division? I don't know. I mean, you can go and look at the standings right now, but personally speaking, I can't wait to get in this one. Again, a lot of chalk in this one. Maybe some little drips and drabs of some lesser owned, cheaper players that we can maybe grab hold of and see what they'll do for us here. But before we get to that, make sure you go to Team Riser Fall, like, share, subscribe, go to the YouTube page. I want to thank everybody for the support so far. It's been overwhelming. It's been unbelievably fantastic. All the comments, all the shares. And I've said it before and I'll say it again one more time, probably several more times, not in this video, but in the duration of other videos here. Please leave a comment. Let me know what we're doing here at Team Riser Fall that you're head over heels in love with. But on that same coin, let me know personally what I'm doing that you're like, Chris, I mean, what you do is cool, but I'm just not feeling this. I can take the heat, and that's what I'm here for, to bring you all the best DFS info I possibly can. I mean, do I like looking at my own face, or do I like listening to myself back? Not necessarily, but I know that I need all of you, all of my readers, all the people that watch my videos. It's not the other way around, and I wholeheartedly mean that. So before we get into like the meat of the video here, look at the screen right there. Just a beautifully well-written testimonial from one of our members here at Team Riser Fall. Now, look, I know a lot of folks, testimonials are just that. It's someone to, send a message to whoever they are, to the website, excuse me, of the site providing services here. Look, if you look at it, I owe it all to the Team Riser Fall, the predictions, the projections, everything from start to finish. And here again, I hate to harp on this, but I mean, there's a lot of other DFS sites out there, but again, this one here at Team Riser Fall is the only one that I write for. Team Riser Fall is the only website where you can find my written DFS content and my broadcasting DFS content. And again, that's for a reason. I picked Team Riser Fall because it's outstanding from start to finish. All the staff, all the other members, shout out to Mitch, CG, Bennett, Dabin Puggle, all those guys. They're unbelievably awesome. And if you go to the Discord, which is free, you can find me and all the other cast of characters there, writing and joking and sharing ideas. So to me, Team Riser Fall is the best DFS website on the planet right now, and I don't see that forever changing here. So I love Team Riser Fall, and these testimonials are great. It gives you an inside look at what other folks are doing, because again, people can share screenshots, people can kind of blow smoke in the DM and go, yeah, it's a great, who knows? But these testimonials are unbelievable for a number of reasons, which I just stated. So let's talk about the game, shall we? If we look at this one, the over-under opened, I believe, at about 50 points even, and right now at this moment in time on Monday, it's at 52 across, just 52 straight. I'm stumbling there because it's unbelievable. This game's going to be fantastic. So the Giants at the Kansas City Chiefs, and right now Kansas City is giving the Giants 10 points, and the Giants are going to need every single point they can get in this one. Let's start with Patrick Mahomes hosting the Giants. The Giants are 22nd overall against opposing quarterbacks. Pat Mahomes, 17 grand on FanDuel. $12,000 on DraftKings. And briefly, these are all flex prices. On FanDuel, captain spot, on FanDuel, the MVP spot, it's all the same. On DraftKings, there's a difference here. So I'm just giving you flex position prices because the video would be even longer. I don't know if anybody would want to hang out during that process. So Patrick Mahomes on DraftKings, $12,000. I have Mahomes for well over 300 passing yards. I'm thinking about 312 to 315 passing yards and a cool set of 3 touchdowns in this one. So not a set, a trio of touchdowns. You know what you're going to get with Patrick Mahomes. Let's move on. Daniel Jones, a.k.a. Danny Dimes, is that still applicable here? Daniel Jones in Kansas City. One thing I will say is the Chiefs, they're 31st overall against opposing quarterbacks here. So there is some room for Daniel Jones to hang some yardage and to hang some touchdown passes. How much? Hang here. 290 passing yards I have for Daniel Jones this evening and about 2 touchdowns in this one. And I think he's going to take off and run about 6, maybe 7 times for another 40 yards. So that stuff adds up. If you wanted to pivot away from Patrick Mahomes tonight, why you would do that is beyond me. But again, it takes what it takes to win in a massive multi-entry GPP. Let's talk about the running backs briefly. Darrell Williams, the Kansas City Chiefs running back, hosting the Giants. Giants 21st overall against opposing running backs. D-Will, $11,500 on FanDuel, $9,000 on DraftKings. Now, D-Will I have for a very good night, a very productive night, stuffing the box score here. 15 carries, about 70 yards, and a touchdown. In terms of the reception work, I have D-Will, 2, maybe 3 receptions. Little ambitious, but hey, it's Monday night, following Halloween. Let's hang around and eat more candy. D-Will, 2 receptions, maybe 3, as I've said, for about 20 yards here. So on DraftKings, very much in play. On FanDuel, we know we want the touchdown equity, and I think Darrell Williams has that in him tonight. Jerick McKinnon, FanDuel, $6,500 on DraftKings, only $1,000, and it makes sense. Only 4, maybe 5 carries for Jerick, looking at no more than 20, 25 yards in this one. 1 or 2 receptions for another 15 yards. And look, I'm higher than most on Jerick McKinnon's projections tonight because, again, I think this one, it gets out of hand, specifically in the fourth quarter. So I think there's room for Jerick, the Jet, to get some work in here, and we'll move on. In New York, Devontae Booker playing in Kansas City. Kansas City's 20th overall against opposing running backs here. Booker, $8,200 on DraftKings, and he's $12,000 on FanDuel. And again, it's a little pricey on FanDuel. We always want, touchdown equity there. If your players aren't scoring touchdowns on FanDuel, we have a problem. I guess that across the board. If your fantasy football players aren't scoring touchdowns, what's the point here? Booker, I have him for about 12 to 13 carries, a nice healthy workload, double-digit carries, about 50 yards, and I do think he finds the end zone on the ground. So to me, Booker very much in play this evening. And then let's talk about Eli Penny. Nothing special here, $6,000 on FanDuel, only $600 on DraftKings. 7 carries, about 30, maybe 40 yards if he can break one of these for like a 12 to 15 yard run here. Again, I'm personally very ambitious with my projections tonight, and why not? My video, and I can do what I want within reason. Eli Penny, 2, maybe 3 receptions. That's a little high, but about 10 or 15 yards, nothing crazy. Let's talk about the wide receivers here. It's your normal cast of characters. Tyreek Hill playing against the Giants. They're 30th overall against opposing wide receivers. Tyreek Hill, $14,000 on FanDuel and $11,000 on DraftKings. Again, he's a lock tonight to find the end zone. 9, maybe 10 targets. I have him for around 5, 6 receptions, easily 90 yards. I think 90 yards and a touchdown reception for Tyreek Hill. That's his floor tonight. Will he go over 100 yards? More than likely, but we'll move on and we'll go from there. I have him highlighted in my notes, which I will show you after the broadcast here. Mecole Hardman, another player I'm very involved with on Monday night here. Mecole Hardman, $7,500 on FanDuel, $4,800 on DraftKings. 5 targets, you like that. 3, maybe 4 receptions, 40, 50 yards, and a touchdown here. So to me, the dynamic duo of this entire game is Hill and Hardman here. I'm going to roster, both of them in just about every lineup I play this evening. Byron Pringle, 7 grand on FanDuel, $2,200 on DraftKings, 3 targets, 2 receptions, 25 yards, nothing crazy. And he's just, there's no such thing with Pringle or even Demarcus Robinson as salary relief on FanDuel, because D-Rob, he's, what is he, 6 grand on FanDuel, pass there, only $800 on DraftKings. Let's talk about the New York Giants wide receivers. Briefly, we'll talk tight ends. You know the drill with tight ends here. And then I'll get you the heck out of here. I have some betting information, but maybe I'll save that for this afternoon in a tweet or something on Facebook or social media. Sterling Shepard in Kansas City. Kansas City's been okay against receivers. They're 13th overall right now. Shepard, 11 grand on FanDuel, $7,000 on DraftKings. I have him for about 8 or 9 targets. It's going to be between him and Tony, who's going to see the most work this evening. Shepard, 6 receptions, 70 yards. Tony, the rookie, Kadarius Toney, $8,500 on FanDuel, only $6,800 on DraftKings. Again, 8 targets. I think he catches 1 less pass than Shepard. So give me Tony for about 5 receptions, 75 yards here. He is also highlighted in the notes here, so I love getting Tony in my lineups this evening. Darius Slayton, 9 grand on FanDuel, $6,400 on DraftKings, and again, he's got a questionable tag next to his name. Last I look here, so be careful. I was going to say I shouldn't have to tell you. I know everybody. If you're watching this video, you know what the heck you're doing. So make sure these Giants wide receivers are active, because you look for like a late night kind of fastball and someone is a game time decision and they're out, and you can't have that happen. You can absolutely not afford a goose egg, a 0.0 in a single game lineup. Tight ends, Travis Kelce, the Giants, they're 16th overall against opposing tight ends. Does that matter when it's Travis Kelce? He's $13,500 on FanDuel, $10,600 on DraftKings. 10 targets, love that one. 6-7 receptions, 80 yards, and a touchdown. That's his floor. As I've said, 80 yards and a touchdown, his floor. I have Mahomes well over 300 yards. So again, it's the trio of Mahomes, Tyreek Hill, and Travis Kelce. Don't even think twice about it. Again, very high ownership, but again, so you're going to have to, this is the kind of game where, you see it and it's too good to be true and you just roll with it, and then we kind of have to make our lineups different with the other 2 spots here. So let's move down the list. Evan Ingram, Kansas City, they're 29th overall against opposing tight ends. Evan Ingram, 7 grand on FanDuel, $5,400 on DraftKings. I just don't know if Evan Ingram will ever be a thing after that awesome rookie season. It's kind of been since then. Evan Ingram, 5 targets, 3 receptions, 35, maybe 40 yards in this one. Kyle Rudolph, 5 grand on FanDuel, $1,800 on DraftKings. Nothing to see here. You're looking at 2 receptions, as I said, 10, maybe 15 yards in this one. In terms of the kickers, I don't recommend either one of them, but if I had to, given the fact that I'm telling folks what they should do on Monday night here, I would prefer Graham Gano, the New York Giants kicker. They're in Kansas City. Kansas City's 18th overall against opposing kickers. Graham Gano, $8,500 on FanDuel, $3,800 on DraftKings. I have him 2 for 2 in field goals, one of those being probably a 45-ish yarder, so you'll get an extra point or 2 on that one, and 2 for 2 with extra points here. In terms of the defenses here, nothing to see here again. I mean, in a game like this, loaded with studs and superstars, mainly on the Kansas City Chiefs team, you look at the Chiefs. $3,400 on FanDuel, or excuse me, DraftKings here. 2 sacks, an interception, maybe 2 fumble recoveries, and who's to say one of those fumble recoveries isn't from Daniel Jones, a strip sack, something like that, and the Chiefs take it and they find the end zone. So of the DSTs here, I would prefer the Kansas City Chiefs. In passing, the Giants, $2,800 on DraftKings. I firmly believe that the Giants give up 30-plus points in this one, 2 sacks, maybe an interception. People have been talking about Patrick Mahomes making bad decisions, but again, is this not to offend any New York Giants fans, but in a way, you would imagine in Kansas City and even outside of Kansas City, start talking about this one as a get-right game for the Chiefs, and I could see that happening. So, as I've said, let's run it down briefly. You'll see the graphics pop up, which a lot of folks have been liking here. Patrick Mahomes, 17 grand on FanDuel, $12,000 on DraftKings. Darrell Williams, 11,500 on FanDuel, 9 grand on DraftKings. Tyreek Hill, aka the Cheetah, 14 grand on FanDuel, 11,000 even on DraftKings. McCole Hardman, $7,500 on FanDuel, $4,800 on DraftKings, and then the rookie, Kadarius Toney, $8,500 on FanDuel, $6,800 on DraftKings, and as you know, my trusty notes right here, let the camera focus here. I have everything I just told you in my notes, highlighted as well. I'm not keeping anything a secret here, just not how I roll. So thanks for being here. Make sure you go to Team Rise or Fall, like, share, subscribe, leave a comment here. Anything goes, I promise you. And so I appreciate that. And let's meet again this same time, Thursday Night Football. Can you believe it? Week 8 is almost over. We're moving on to Week 9. Look for bottom of the barrel Tuesday afternoon, and I will see you for Thursday Night Football. I'll talk soon.